energetic match will always find you. However you relate to situations or other people in your mind is always what you will find manifesting in your life. If you are obsessing over and dreaming about someone who is running, then you are a chaser. You are taking part in a show. You are performing in a play of theater, and you are perfectly casted in this role that you have picked to play, as is he. You are the follower and he is the fleeing. He is the runner and you are the chaser. This role, of course, is most often picked without any conscious awareness of doing so, keeping you stuck in this distressing maze, chasing something outside of yourself, except this maze is actually inside of you. So I am here to help awaken you from this subconscious slumber and to tell you that whatever energy you embody and dwell in your mind becomes the part you play in a theater, which is your life as you experience it. I talk more in depth about this in my video titled How to Deal with an Unavailable Man, but as people, we have a tendency to get caught up in challenging or negative patterns with other people, and like pitiful self-entrapped victims, we fall trapped to believing that the difficulty or discomfort we experience from this relation can or should be fixed by that other person making changes. That if this person was just different, if they would just text us, if they would just reassure us, or if they would love us just right, if this person could just morph into whatever we want them to be, we would find relief from these emotions and then be happy with them and within. But it of course just isn't so. As humans, we are social creatures, so it is perfectly normal and healthy to seek love, comfort, and validation in others. But we cannot accept from others what can't be given to or felt within from ourselves first. And if we cannot yet do that, it puts us in this perpetual state of seeking happiness where we're actually losing it, and we will keep doing it over and over again until we realize our inner matrix and work to release our current pattern and adopt a new one. Seeking happiness outside of yourself is an insatiable quest. It's like running in a hamster wheel. It will never get you anywhere. And if you have been infatuated with or chased more than one person over the span of your lifetime, you may recognize when I pointed out that when you get infatuated with someone new, even though the person is now different, the emotional quality is exactly the same and the thoughts are the same. The longing you experience is the same each time, because it's not really about that other person, but the emotions going on inside you that you hook onto them. And if you are seeking companionship in someone who runs, chances are you are not ready for a companion at all. When you chase someone who runs, again, it is because you have picked the opposite role to play. And you know this because without you subconsciously picking that other role to play, you would pretty quickly lose interest in someone who runs, if you would ever even really get paired with them by life to begin with. Because in that case, it's not the role that you are looking to play. You wouldn't pick up the script to that piece of theater. Because it's not really about that person, even if you think so. It is that this dynamic with them offers the part in a play that you are already energetically a match for. Other people are vessels through which you experience the state going on inside you. So whatever you are seeking in that other person, you must give to yourself. And what we are usually in part seeking is to be chosen. So now that you know what that actually means, you must choose yourself. And if you cannot receive being chosen by yourself, you would not be able to receive it from this person that you are longing for it from anyway. The other person becomes the symbol of all of this pain and longing that you are feeding to yourself by longing for them. They don't actually become the symbol of or embodiment of love in your life. They actually become the symbol of longing, and this is important to recognize. You think you are looking for love there, but your inner matrix is looking for longing, and that is exactly what you are receiving. Painful stuff. You will always find the perfect match outside of yourself for what is going on inside of yourself, which is why there is no one to change but self. And I'll tell you a little story, something that happened through and to a girlfriend of mine. My friend grew close to someone from university and they started hanging out and dating. And they stayed in this situationship for more than 2 years with the guy putting off commitment. My friend, who is a relatively easygoing and agreeable person, never screamed and begged. But when she did decide that she deserved more than that, she just broke things off and started dating someone else from the friend group who had expressed a very sincere interest in her. And long story short, after a short while, the main guy had a change of heart and was willing to make the commitment. That was 5 years ago and they are now married today, building a life together. And some of you would probably say that the guy she did end up with didn't deserve her after all of this, but I think that's missing the bigger picture, because the point is that sometimes it takes valuing ourselves first for that other person to be able to truly put the same value on us too. I actually think it illustrates two people with high standards who luckily got each other in the end. You change the self and the world and others reflect that. Of course, that doesn't always mean that we end up with the outcome that we were hoping for, like my friend luckily did, but that is the entire point. If we change the self only to manipulate the situation and gain what we are hoping for, we're not actually making the change at all. My friend made this change knowing it was the end of things as they were, not knowing that it would actually give her what she wanted, as there were no guarantee, and she chose to do it anyway. She started dating this other guy not to make her main love interest jealous, but because that other guy seemed to genuinely offer what my friend had decided she deserved. It isn't until you pick yourself that someone else can really pick you. You can only receive what you can give to yourself. And it can also be part of romance a little bit to have to work a bit harder for someone, especially for men. But we all want someone who respects themselves. Because again, we cannot respect someone who cannot give that to themselves. So to get back to the metaphor of the theater where you are the chaser, he is playing a role and so are you. So if you change your role and abandon the play, this usually means leaving the other actor too. And this is a risk we have to take to actually change the self. And it's so important too, because something I haven't even touched on but get into in another couple of videos is that when you are chasing someone, and this is chasing and not pursuing, but especially as a woman, you are coming from a lack of the things that you are hoping to fulfill with that other person. And this ever so slightly to very needy and desperate energy can be sensed by that other person, and it's not attractive or magnetic. It's actually kind of off-putting. But the way we are keen on other people gets acted out differently if we are coming from a place of self-assured interest or a genuine want instead of need to connect with that other person, wanting to enjoy them for who they are and not coming from a place of feeling like you need them for something or to complete yourself. If you are into this type of videos, you can enjoy more exclusive feminine energy content in our safe space, The Gated Garden, on Patreon. And if you need or want it, I also offer one-on-one coaching. And as always, all of the links that you need are in the description below. Thank you for watching and subscribe to my channel for more.